Purple lost all of his family in a house fire, but there is a hidden story back there. Let's know more about it. But before we start, like the video and subscribe, and let's start watching together. What is blue and orange running from?
What is that thing? I don't know.
Who is chasing them?
Just keep moving.
What's that weird monster? It's purple?
No!
Whoa. He's so fast. Why does purple looks different?
Quick.
Oh no. There is something weird about that purple monster. I don't get it. What's happening here?
That thing can travel through the vents just like me. They're fast too. I gotta think quick before.
He just pushed purple out of the vents.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
Yeah, purple is defending his friends.
Son?
Son? What?
No.
This lady just pushed him.
I'm sorry, son. Your father didn't mean to hurt you. He's just having trouble controlling his new urges.
Didn't just purple lose his parents long time ago?
Mom? Is it really you? How is this? Oh, you died.
It all began the day of the fire. The
Yeah.
flames were blazing, and the smoke from our apartment was rising high into the sky. Your father
I
and
remember
were
that.
struggling to find you and your brother amidst smoke, calling out your names. You both had hidden, crawling under this and that because of how frightened you were.
This wasn't a good thing during a fire.
You were just kids, and you didn't understand that this was exactly what not to do during a fire. Thankfully, against all odds,
Look at him,
we
he's
found
so
you
scared.
in the crawl space. Your father had me take you outside while he continued to look for your brother. We ran down the stairs and made it safely outside.
He left the house.
As we stood on that street corner amidst the onlookers, I started to panic. It was taking
You
too
didn't
long.
get
Your
out of
father
the
couldn't
house.
Find your brother. I'd lose them both if I didn't do something. I gave you one last big hug, asked one of our neighbors to watch you, and then ran right back
You
into
left
that
him
building.
alone.
I rummaged through the apartment. Flaming horns and ash covered it by now. I looked around as best as I could through the smoke when finally
Okay.
I saw them. Both of them were now passed out, stuck under a beam. I ran to them, and in a sudden burst of energy
Saved
that I still
them.
can't explain, I was able to lift
Wow.
the beam off of them. Before I could reach the
He's
door to
a one
safety,
strong
the blaze
mom.
consumed us all. The flame had reached the gas line, and the whole place exploded in a ball of fire. It's a
That's the
miracle that
moment when we
survived.
all
Badly
said
burned,
that his
we were
parents
thrown
are
from the building
dead.
and catapulted down into the back alley far below. Trash bags broke our fall, but we were in pain. And by the time the ambulance arrived, we had passed out. We awoke in a hospital.
Okay.
Bandages covering the
So
three of
they
us
were
had
still
to
alive
The
after
fire
all
had
of
done
this.
irreversible damage. I didn't dare remove the bandages out of fear of what I might see. Your
Yeah.
father and brother were similarly broken. Son, leave me.
So
when
they were
I
still
say
alive and they didn't want to
wanted
contact him
contact
because
you,
of their
but I
appearance.
was so worried about what you might think, that you might be afraid of me, of us. So I decided to look over you from the shadows instead. We watched as
Okay.
you moved from foster home to foster home, school to school, flunking out left and right. I couldn't
I think that wasn't a good plan to stay away from him.
bear it. I wanted nothing more than to help you, to guide you, but I just couldn't. I figured that you would find your own way, and after a
That's so
while, I was
sad.
proven right. You might have fallen into a bad crowd, but you also fell in love, and your family couldn't be prouder.
And that was his little cute daughter.
We watched from afar as you welcomed your daughter into your home, and later, we saw when those thugs attacked your wife. I am so sorry, son. Just know that we were always watching over you, and that meant getting revenge. I'm not proud of this, but your father and I dealt with them
Oh,
shortly after.
so they
No one
got
was
rid
going
of
to hurt
those
my
thugs
baby boy
after
and
they
get away
killed
with
his
it,
wife.
especially now that he had a daughter of his own to protect. It was years later when we decided that we wanted nothing more than to come forward, to reveal ourselves to you, no matter the result. That girl of yours needed to know that she had a whole family that loved her, and you needed to not be alone in this world.
Yeah, that's
Just
right.
As we were heading to your apartment, we saw your daughter hanging up missing posters with your face on them. We couldn't believe it.
Poor little girl. She wants her dad so
There
bad.
was no way that you would have abandoned your daughter. Not like we did. We knew something had gone wrong. And so
Yeah.
we started an investigation that led us here to the Rainbow Friends play place. We arrived at the play place together, your father and I.
So
It
now
was
we know
dark
how they
and
turned
it
to
was
the purple
scary, but
monsters.
We knew that our son, that you had to be here somewhere. We searched every inch of this place, and as we did,
Think they're
we were
gonna bump
attacked.
into the
A
red
horrible
monster?
blue monster had come charging at us. As it emitted a loud
Oh,
roar,
here
we
is
could do
blue.
nothing but flee from it. We hit a vent, and luckily the blue creature had passed us by. Oh, we breathed a sigh
Just
of
went
relief.
into the
That is,
vent. Imagine if Purple attacked his parents.
until we saw what was lurking in the vent. You.
Oh,
You
it's
know, it was
purple!
the time of
And
course,
it's
you had
happening.
no reason to recognize us, and so you chased us down. It was only through the intervention of one man that you didn't kill us right then and there. A gated wall slammed shut within the vent, blocking you from following us. A man reached into the vent and pulled us out. He
It's
explained
Red.
that he was the owner of the play place, and
Yeah,
then
he is.
apologized for his employees' behavior.
He's the
he went
evil
on to
man.
say that he knew who we were and what we were looking for. Your father almost decked him across the face, but the man
If he wanted to help them, he would have made another thing instead of turning them to purple monsters.
something next that gave us pause. He said that he could heal us. It sounded too
Okay.
good to be true, but when he brought us to his lab, it started to make sense. It
Yeah,
was
for
outfitted
sure.
with all sorts of fancy technology and medical equipment, and for the first time in a
He can turn any human to a monster, but he can't reverse that.
long time, we had hoped to restore ourselves. The man promised
Yeah.
that after the operation, he would introduce us to our son. The whole thing stank, but we were too blinded with
For sure he's gonna do that after he turn you both into a monster like him.
the anticipation to question it further. We agreed. Next thing we knew, we were strapped into machines and the process was underway. Our skin was restored, just as the man had promised. And for a brief second, we truly saw each other for the first time in years. This moment of happiness
he restored their
quickly
skin.
turned sour. As the process was only just beginning, our skin began to darken into a
What's
purple hue
happening?
as our bodies
Whoa,
moved
he
further.
just
We started to
transformed
resemble
them.
the purple beast we saw in events, and I knew then what had become of our son. But it was
Okay.
too late. Once the process had ended, your father was blind with rage. It was like he had gone feral. The man sedated him before telling me that the process was a failure. I tried to plead with him to return us to normal, but the man only
He won't turn you back because he can.
left. He mocked me, saying that he only gave us what we wanted. But we
Yeah.
didn't want this. He then said that he already had a purple rainbow friend. And
Okay,
that we
that's
as
their son.
duplicates would be locked away in storage as a contingency plan.
Locked away in a storage because if anything happened to the purple monster, he got spare ones.
I begged to see you, to see my son, and again
What's
the man
that
laughed,
evil plan?
saying that would be impossible. He didn't want any of his rainbow
You
friends
can't
to have
do
family
this
for
to
fear
people.
that they might gang up on him. It sounds like you formed a new family despite this, and he got his at the end. So that's everything. We were locked away with no hope of seeing either our boys again.
That's right.
Son,
Until this
I'm
moment.
so sorry.
Mom, it's okay.
It's him.
Here is his dad.
Dad, it's me. You don't have to be angry anymore. You found me. We're
Yeah.
finally all together again. Together.
What a reunion.
Son, I'm so sorry. I'm so happy to have you guys back.
Oh my god.
Wait, does this mean my brother's still
That's
out there
so
somewhere?
cute.
We can only hope, son. We can only hope.
Is that his brother? Oh my god.